Podcast. I am your host, Coach Jake. And yeah, man, we are live. I'm testing out a little bit of newness, a little of the new hotness, trying to see if I can get this streaming to happen on Instagram. I know there's a bit of a lag. Anyway, I hope you guys are doing good. Today, and pardon me, I am absolutely exhausted. I just got home off of a flight last night after midnight with my three kids and my wife. Got a few hours sleep, woke up this morning, had a bunch of things to do to unbury myself. And here I am back at it tomorrow, heading out to the Mojave Desert for our final camp, final Science of Violence. Say it with me, the Science of Violence. I love it. Science of Violence tour stop at Pinion Hills Martial Arts Retreat, which is a proud Scientific Wrestling affiliate fight gym run by Matt Mullen. Man, we got 15 locations. I'm getting an affiliate map made up. Literally pinpoints. You hit the pinpoints, tells you where to go. You can start training with our affiliates. These guys are well trained. For example, our Louisiana affiliate, Morgan, he already has been to 10 camps since affiliating about a year and a half ago. He's going to be hitting assistant coach here like any second now. So, yeah, crazy times, man. Crazy. Yeah, so I want to talk about today, why did I call it scientific wrestling? Why didn't I say Jake Shannon's grappling endeavor? Or, why would I go that way? Right? You have to think back. This is 2003. So 9/11 had just happened. Okay. Right? The world is different now. There was like this before 9/11 and after 9/11 world. During this time, UFC is still trying to find its footing. It's 10 years old when I started my company. And by the way, congratulations to the UFC. 30 years, man. I was there. Not at the November 93, but I was there in the spring 94 at UFC 2. Hard to believe. So I had been in kind of this post UFC world for 10 years when I started scientific wrestling. And I could have named it all kinds of things. Could have named it something to do with catch wrestling. I could have named it something scientific grappling. But why did I settle on the name scientific wrestling? By the way, if you guys are out there watching, throw me out a number one in the chat. Hit me up. The best way you can, until I could figure out how to bring you guys on with me, the best thing you could do is send me messages and I will answer any and all questions. But why scientific wrestling? Why? Well, there's a number of reasons, right? So from a business standpoint, I didn't want to name it after myself because I knew that if I named it Jake Shannon's whatever, those kind of companies, I mean, maybe if you get big like a Walmart or something like that, you can just have the name. But I didn't want it branded with me in case I got hit by a bus, or let's say, I intend for scientific wrestling to outlive me. You understand? You understand how judo outlived Jigoro Kano. Like I have every intention for scientific wrestling to outlive me. Now that's one reason, right? So it can go on forever. Other people can run it, and it's got this brand that's a really great name. Two, the second reason I named it scientific wrestling, I really like science, and I'm actually a real nerd on the philosophy of science. So, I wrote that whole book, Anomaly, which is all about the philosophy of science and anomalistics and epistemology and the theory of knowledge from a philosophical standpoint. So, hello. I cannot pronounce your name. I'm so sorry, but so nice to see you. Thank you for joining us. It looks like joining us from maybe I can't tell. And I'm so sorry if that's Chinese, Korean, or Japanese. And I know you guys are all very proud, and I'm probably going to piss you off, but I don't know what it looks like, kanji kind of. But hello, and thank you for joining me. So I wanted the name to be something that wasn't just my name. Second, I love science. And I really like the idea of the juxtaposition of something so sweaty and painful and grind and nasty as wrestling, and then juxtaposing it with something as erudite and smart and powerful as science. Okay. So there's that. Then there is actually precedent when in professional wrestling, the sports entertainment, the preordained physical dance that is professional wrestling, AEW, WWE, TNA, New Japan, all those guys. There is precedent that if you're called a scientific wrestler or it is called scientific wrestling, it's perfect for what we do. Not a lot of people knew this, but I knew this because I was very deeply studying the subject while I was trying to figure out what I was going to call this. And scientific wrestling in old pro wrestling parlance means somebody who's familiar with either catch wrestling or amateur wrestling, folk styles wrestling, basically. That's what we do at scientific wrestling. So obviously we have the very best in both. Billy Robinson, my coach for 7 years, entrusted me with his legacy, said, because of Jake, without a doubt, Catch as Catch Can wrestling is coming back. Okay. Worked exclusively with us. We would send him and share him with other people because that's what we do. But he chose to work exclusively with us. There's a lot of people going out there trying to use his name and promote themselves, and he never gave them the rub. He never gave them the permission, just to let you know. So top Catch as Catch Can. Also, Carl Gotch, who gave me his final interview, mentored me for years, co-developed the rules. So our curriculum's co-developed by Billy Robinson, the Coaching Catch Certified Catch Wrestler program. Unbelievable. Nobody else has that. A lot of people rip it off, but nobody has it. Carl Gotch co-developed our rule set. This is the guy who helped with Pancrase, which was the first MMA. Shuto. Well, it wasn't the first MMA. Shuto was. And before that, Olympian, 12 years with Riley's gym, under Billy Riley, and he didn't like Bill Robinson. I think that was his name. Not Billy Robinson, but Robinson, Billy Joyce. Okay, his last name was Robinson, not related to Billy, but his brother Joe Robbie is what Carl is the name, is how he referred to him. Joe Robbie was the guy who Carl really felt taught him stuff over at Wigan. And what's funny is that once he left Wigan, he didn't hold it as in high regard. He loved Wigan. He was there for, I think, better part of 12 years or something. But he did not hold it in the highest regard. The highest regard he held for American Catch as Catch Can, which he learned under Frank Wolf when he was working for Al Haft, who, by the way, had the same gimmick, although he went by Young Gotch and Carl Gotch. So you're starting to see the connection there. By the way, Carl was the one who called Wigan a snake pit. So, but he was referring specifically, instead of everybody using it as a brand now, he was referring specifically to Riley's gym, just so you know, so there's no confusion. But we had Carl, we had Billy, the very best in Catch as Catch Can. In addition, we also had Dick Cardinal from the American Carney tradition contribute to our curriculum. But in addition, that is scientific wrestling, yes, Catch as Catch Can, but also scholastic wrestling, meaning NCAA wrestling and Olympic wrestling. We've had Wade Chalice, Guinness record holder for the most wins and pins in all of wrestling, most wins over international champions, most wins over national champions, beaten legends, guys like Lee Kemp, beat him twice, Dave Schultz, like the cream of the crop, pinned his way through the Tbilisi tournament, which is unbelievable. Okay, 5 combat sport All-American in freestyle, folk style, Greco-Roman, judo, sambo. Just gave me my 3rd degree black belt in wrestling. I was the first person he ever gave one to. Very, very powerful. But we at Scientific Wrestling have been very serious about promoting this. Now, the great thing is that we don't just limit ourselves at Scientific Wrestling to being the best with catch as catch can, being the best with folk style, particularly the funk pinning of Wade Chalice. But in addition, we have several 4th degree black belts in our ecosystem. We just had a camp with Brandon Ruiz, 4th degree Machado. We had a camp with Sam Cresson, who is a 4th degree under Chris Hauner, and Gracie Barr, a 4th degree black belt. Brian Ruscio is one of our assistant coaches on the fast track to full coaching. Many, many, many of our clients are 3rd degree jiu-jitsu black belts and above that come to our camps. Okay. Facebook user, it won't show me on Facebook who the name is. So if you don't mind just in your comments sharing your name as well. You and Billy did some great stuff back in the day. I have a lot of your stuff on VHS still. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, it's so funny, man. It's so funny. What the other thing that I wanted to do with Scientific Wrestling as well is that, okay, I'm a little nerdy here with philosophy of science. So the predecessors of modern day scientists were occultists, just so you understand. So we're talking people that were like alchemists and wizards and people that studied magic, folk magic, things of that nature, okay? They were trying to figure out the universe the best they could, but they didn't have a scientific method. And the shift really, really happened from magical thinking to scientific thinking when people started being open, not occulted, the opposite of the occult, open, sharing. Okay, like what do they call that software design where you open source? So when people started sharing information, they could verify, replicate, and science took off. And that's really at the heart of the business model of Scientific Wrestling. I really wanted to present the information and not keep it all to myself so I could say that I was some guru that only walks around in a rash guard. And, I'm not interested in that. I want the sport to flourish. I want as many people to carry this on because I love it. It is truly the greatest. I am a blessed human being to be able to work with guys and to have them endorse me and help me with this mission, like Billy and Carl and Wade and Dick Cardinal and Gene LaBelle and all the people that have helped, like not just legends, like people that just attend and support or buy a book. I'm so blessed because catch as catch can wrestling, which to me, yeah, there's a canon of technique, and that's what I've been really trying to preserve because I don't want it to be lost. I don't want that knowledge to have to be rediscovered. I would rather us start, you know what I mean? Like if there was a cataclysm, do you want to start from scratch? Or do you want to start right where we left off? I'd rather start right where we left off so we can go further, faster. And that's really part of what Scientific Wrestling is about sharing the information with people. That is something that has been at the very heart of what we do. In fact, the name of the company, the holding company is called Lionshare because I want to share this information. Now it is a business and business is not sustainable unless it's profitable. And so that's the lion's share part, shares, but the company maintains a majority stake so it can guide and grow and facilitate, as we have for 2 freaking decades now. So we're 2/3 the age of the UFC. And I'm hoping that we have a glow up just like the UFC. A lot for the UFC has changed in just, I'd say, 10 years. Maybe we could, I think, go back to the Ultimate Fighter TV show and say that was the real shift. I don't know, man. There's a number of real shifts. Getting sanctioning by the Nevada Athletic Commission radically changed the look of the sport from, the no weight classes, wild, no hold barred days to the more sport oriented days. And then post Ultimate Fighter with Stephan Bonner, rest in peace, who, by the way, has put over our Shoot Pro Wrestling concept. We are really gearing up to launch that. And I want to speak to that briefly because 2024, crazy, is right around the corner. There's like 45 days until 2023 is done. And I've done a lot this year. I do a lot every year, but I've done a lot this year. We've added 15 affiliates worldwide, locations. And we have 3 more affiliate coaches that don't have gyms. But that's 18 affiliates, 15 locations globally in our first year of launching it. I would love to have your help. We provide unprecedented support to our affiliates. I really bend over backwards. I'm not going to lie and say I'm perfect because I'm one guy and I'm trying to make everything happen, but I'm making it happen. And I'm making it happen in a way. We've had a lot of people abandon other affiliations to come with us. Plenty of other catch wrestling affiliates. The second we affiliated, they just dropped these other people, these people who have no connection really other than what they tell you. But the people they claim have never spoke of them. There's no record of it. But not just in kind of this small catch wrestling. Dude, we're taking from big name guys. I don't want to put those names out there because I don't want to embarrass anybody, but we're making big moves. And I would really love to have you be a part of it. Right now, I'm trying to figure out a killer promo. I'm just seeing if my technology people can do this. I want to do a Black Friday special for affiliates. So you understand what it means to be a Scientific Wrestling affiliate. If you affiliate with Scientific Wrestling, not only are you getting that brand, that Scientific Wrestling, the 20 years of excellence, top tier, only working with the best. You're getting the brand. You're getting tuition for 2 through our highly acclaimed accelerator camp, all the way to your full coach certification. That's $5,000 a piece, usually, if you did it separately. So right there's a $10,000 value. We're just giving that to you. Then you get promoter rights. You get to run your own King of Catch Wrestling tournaments. The first and longest running Catch as Catch Can rule competition in the modern era. You also get a Mace Bell certification. That's one thing I want to get out in 2024. So all of our existing affiliates will have the opportunity to come and get certified by my number 1 student, Rick Brown. And I'll be there too, but he's far surpassed me. So I want you guys to train with him. So you get the Coach and Catch cert, you get a Mace Bell cert, you get the promoter rights to the rule set co-developed by Carl Gotch himself. What else do you get for joining with Scientific Wrestling, for affiliating, for being my partner in this, in our mission to improve the lives of every single man, woman, and child on earth through Scientific Wrestling? You also get resale rights to everything I sell. You get 50% of every DVD. We have DVDs that go for like $100. That's $50 a pop. You get 20% on events. And these go from $400 to $10,000. You would get 20% if you bring in an affiliate. and they stay and they pay in full. You get 10x business coaching. I was the number 2 Grant Cardone coach last year in my first year with the company. Okay. I obviously, that I know a thing or two about making money in this industry, in this business. You get me. Okay. On top of all of that, we are building out a marketing platform that should allow you to run Facebook, TikTok, any ads at a fraction of the cost of anybody else. Yeah, you got to still pay for the ads, but we will do the SEO, everything. That's what I've been building out with No1 LLC. If you go to it's like this, No1 numeral 1 .llc, or go to No1 Coaching, just like this, No1coaching.com. You can see everything we're building out for you guys. It's massive. If you check out scientificwrestler.com, endorsed by Wade, endorsed by Frank Shamrock. Okay, guys, like, this is an unbelievable offer. And I'm going to offer for one day only during Black Friday. I'm trying to figure out the technology on this. And I may have to give you a refund if I can't get my computers to do this fast enough. But right now, we have it. So if you were to affiliate right now, everybody that's affiliated, I think the first 8 got in for $8,000, and then the remainder up to 15 have paid $10,000. Okay, that's the flat deal. I noticed that I needed to help people because not a lot of people just had $10,000 in the bank to pay me, or a credit card with $10,000 on it. Plus, you don't want to pay 25% APR, which is what some people get on these credit cards. So I offered financing. And the financing is basically you put $2,495 down, $2,500. Most people do have that on a credit card or squirreled away or could save that up in a month or two. $2,500, $2,495 for a down payment, and then $225 a month until you pay off the term. That is completely reasonable. A lot of these other affiliates are charging you $300-$400 a month forever. You're with us for about 2 years, you're ahead $200-$400 a month. Okay. And then after that, it's $495 a year. That's it. And you have all these revenue streams, all these opportunities to learn, all these opportunities to help me push this sport. And in 2024, what I'm really wanting to do is 2023 was the year of the affiliates. And I want 2024 to continue that momentum. I'd love to add another 15, 20. My goal is to get us over 200 affiliates. So if you know somebody, send them my way, because you guys are absolutely going to be crucial to our success. And I believe that we have the greatest system on the planet. I mean, literally, it's not even questionable. It's just trying to educate people to have them understand. So I am trying to figure this out, and let me know if you're interested. Okay. Offering $1,000 off affiliation. It would bring the down payment down to $1,500, $1,495, $1,000 off, and then $225 a month until it's paid off. One day only. Would you do that? Would you pay for all the stuff, all the entire value stack? You can go read it at scientificwrestler.com. Okay. I'm going to throw that up here so you can see it. scientificwrestler.com for $1,400 a month. I'm sorry, $225 a month, but you got to pay that down payment. $225 a month for everything listed at scientificwrestler.com. Telling you, man, you're not going to find a better deal. So anyway, I do love the idea of science. Now, I'm going to be real. There are people that make science look bad. Yeah, I'm looking at you, Fauci. Total idiot. Now, this is something I discussed in 2009. You can go check out my Anomaly book, Anomaly, Revolutionary Knowledge in Everyday Life. I wrote that. Nothing about wrestling, and it strictly on the theory of knowledge and anomalistics. There are people that use scientific sounding language to try to trick you, to trick the non-scientific, which not everybody has to be scientific, into believing that they're speaking on behalf of science or whatever. That's not necessarily true, right? So those are called inkhorn terms or jargon, whatever, pseudoscience. Real science is replicable. So, for example, if you look at the replication crisis brought to our attention by the brilliant John Ioannidis at Stanford, epidemiologist and statistician, science should be replicable, meaning anybody can run the experiment and get the same results, right? This, again, is that open-mindedness, that sharing, that open source ethos that is central to science and central to scientific wrestling as well. So, guys, I am always here. You know where to reach me. I am pushing so hard. I want to hit 200 affiliates, and I need your help. I do offer referral fees. If maybe you don't know, maybe you don't have a gym, but you know somebody who has a gym that would be a perfect fit. What is a perfect fit? Let me tell you, we have all kinds of people. We have traditional martial arts gym that runs our curriculum because they didn't have a combat sport. They had martial arts. So now they have a combat sport with scientific wrestling. We have several Muay Thai gyms. Okay, that is really a sweet spot. Same with boxing gyms, just because of the Western martial art commonality. I consider scientific wrestling the Muay Thai of grappling. Okay, or Muay Thai is the scientific wrestling of striking, to make a weird analogy, but it could be Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gyms. We have a couple of those, pure just grappling gyms, MMA gyms, boxing, Muay Thai. Those are the real no-brainers where there's a lot of value add real quickly, just fits in seamlessly. But again, traditional martial arts, you need some legitimacy. You want like a tough sport. So you're tired of everybody going over to the jiu-jitsu gym. How about when you say, oh, we offer wrestling? Well, your jiu-jitsu guys, the upper belt guys that run the strip mall McDojos that go run in the back when the D1 or D2 white belt shows up, dude, you're going to get a lot of legitimacy. We have a very, very, very rigorous but doable, if you're not afraid to work, program to get you up to speed and be a great wrestler. That's why we call them accelerator camps. I would love to have you involved. Like I said, if you don't have a gym yourself and you know somebody, send them my way, man. We're going to take very good care of them. And then you might actually have a scientific wrestling gym to begin practicing at because you referred maybe your dojo or your instructor over to us. Usually the best thing is to send them to one of our training camps. If it's a gym owner and you're trying to turn them on, get them to come over to an accelerator camp. They can get a feel of what it's about. We turn them on to the whole deal. They get to see the rule sets, all that. 2024 is going to be the year of competition. We're going to try to get all of our affiliates to host King of Catch tournaments. So you hopefully will have a place to go compete and test your mettle under the Catch as Catch Can rules. And those will feed directly into our very big, I'm very excited to announce this. We're just waiting for the ink to be dry and get a firm date so we can begin marketing. We're looking at June in upstate New York to hold a big Shoot Pro Wrestling show, bigger than the prior three. So I appreciate you while you're being patient while I try to do everything myself. And that leads me to the last thing I want to talk to you about before I go. Please, if you can help us, whether it's financially or you have skills or something of that nature, or you have somebody in your Rolodex that you know can help us with our mission, I would sincerely appreciate it because I'm going to be real. I turned 50 this year. If you look at actuarial tables, that's like life expectancy. Male mortality in the Americas it went down last year. It's now 76 is the average age of death. That's how long you live. I think I might live a little longer, But dude, I've spent twice as much time as I have left. And so I need to make this happen fast, and I need your help. If you can help me, I would love that. I'm very reciprocal. I will make it worth your time. We can work out some sort of deal. But the fastest way to help me is to become an affiliate. And like I said, if you're interested, I'm thinking of offering $1,000 off affiliation down payment. Now, I will talk to you a little bit about this when we talk on the phone. The when I finance you, meaning $2,495 down plus $225 a month, I am financing you. I'm not just, there is the equivalent of interest on the payment for me taking the risk. But we can work out maybe that if you could pay the full, bringing it down $1,000 off of that. So we will this is what I'm going to work on. And if I'll figure it out. And if I don't figure it out in time, I will just honor it and we'll figure out how to get square. Okay. $1,000 off on affiliation coming up on Black Friday. You got 1 week. Okay. So you can either get $1,000 off the down payment or $1,000 off the total if you do pay in full. There. I just said it. That's what happens when I start thinking live on the air. Puerto Rican rum. What is up, dude? Let's see. What does the average tournament cost to run if you don't already have a space? Dude, I don't know, man. Like it differs, right? Because you're going to need to rent a space. So whatever that cost is, I don't know what that is for you locally where you are. If you're in New York City, that's going to be more than if you're in North Dakota. I don't know. Figure that out. You can add that on your list to add up. Next thing you need is insurance. Okay. You got to make sure you're insured. And me, not only do I do life insurance, but I like to offer everybody insurance for my friend Chris Martin. He's another survivor of carotid dissection from grappling. He runs grapplinginsurance.com. It's a great product, man. I don't get any money from it. Great product for grapplers. I wish I would have had it when I got my injuries. But you get injured, it pays you. It's freaking brilliant, dude. So you're going to need insurance. You're going to need the venue. You're going to need to market the hell out of it. That costs money too. So it's kind of hard to give you a fixed price, dude, because there's a lot of things that are variable and change. You're going to need medals. You're going to need maybe some sort of pot, a cash prize. You're going to need, there's so much, dude, that goes into running a tournament. We give you the whole kit. So if you join us, we will hold your hand through the process and give you what you need to start running these tournaments. It's not hard, but it is complicated. And that is the benefit, one of the benefits you get coming with us as well. So I hope that answers your answer, sir. Answers your question. You can tell I'm tired, man. I'm dragging. Thank God Wade and Josh are coaching at this weekend's camp. I just don't know if I have it in me to coach on top of everything else that I got going right now. But that's the other thing. I need your help. So, for example, this Science of Ions tour, where the one that we're having with Wade and Josh as a capstone in the Mojave Desert, I'm starting to have the other guys run it. Harry Smith and Jesse Merez ran a great camp for Scientific Wrestling Canada, for example, right? I'm sending guys like Mo and all these other guys out so that you guys can benefit from all this. So anyway, all right, guys, I'm going to run. I've got so many errands to do before I go to camp tomorrow with these guys. I always appreciate you. Hit me up. You know where to hit me. I got email. I check all the DMs. That's me. Oh, if you want to see something cool, so with No1.LLC, what I'm really leveraging, I've spent almost 15 grand educating myself in the last 6 months. One of the many things that I've been doing. I've written 2 books. Oh my God, dude. It's crazy how much I get done. Anyway, AI is a godsend. I know a lot of you guys, it's controversial. I don't even know. It's not controversial. Thing is like the greatest productivity tool in the history of the world. I just added really cool AI chatbots to scientificwrestling.com. So if you go over to scientificwrestling.com, ask it anything about scientific wrestling, about me, about Wade, about Billy, about Carl, about technique. Test it out, man. I just educated it myself. So, yeah. Anyway, appreciate you guys. Go over to scientificwrestling.com. I'm not sure if it's on every page yet. I know that it's on. If you click on the affiliate page, I know it's the little green. There's like a little green button. Go over there and check it out. So, I hope you guys have a fantastic day. Those of you, we do still have a few spots for the Mojave Desert. It's gonna be amazing, dude. 2 days with Wade and Billy, with Wade and Josh, and we're gonna have a karaoke party, dude. It's amazing, and it's at like this gorgeous martial arts retreat. This place Matt Mullen has out in Pinion Hills is gorgeous, and we've been there many, many times now. I would really recommend that you get out there, dude. You show up, get in the room. What's Grant Cardone say? First rule of success is showing up. You got to get in the room, dude. You get enough talking, enough scanning videos, enough going to the McDojo. Get with the best guys that you possibly can while you can. Just telling you, just saying. Anyway, appreciate all you guys tuning in. We'll talk soon.